Oh, no, it's not for rent. You can't move in. Hello everybody, it's Theron. Welcome to MinecraftLanParty. And yeah, VexFx has been doing some more work here. We now have connected roads, goes all the... Oh wow! And he's been working on his statues. Wow. They're kind of... They're kind of big. I mean, they're impressive. They're really cool looking. But this mountain's kind of in the way. I wonder if we shouldn't maybe shave off some of this hill here. Because it's going to be difficult to get a good shot of that. I'll talk with him about that. It takes out this tunnel, but... that's pretty darn impressive right there. Yeah. That's pretty cool. Very nice. So, I've been wanting to do a test. Let me see. Oh, he's got some horses. He's got some real horse escape. Horse has escaped. Hi, buddy. Are you tame? He hasn't gone far. All right. I've been wanting to do a test. Whoa. I don't need to be screaming at him. Yeah, it hasn't gone too far. All right. So I'm going to have him... I'm going to have VexFx join the Discord server and see if I can get, have this set up in a way that I can do collaborations with people. I think that would be fun. And because of my unusual recording setup, I don't really have a good way of getting audio back to them. And that's always been the challenge. So I have a setup here that I think will work. I'm already logged into the Discord server. And what I want to do is see if I can get his voice balanced with the rest of the game noises. I think that will be important. Beacon. So, I do have a project that I'm planning on doing today. So let's just see what we can do. It's getting dark, but I think it's okay. This area is pretty well lit up, and I think it'll be fine. And if nothing else, there's beds nearby. I can go sleep. Bad. Okay, I heard a funny noise. Are you?
Hello?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes. Can you hear me well?
Super well.
Awesome. So what I've done, because in the past I've had problems with Discord on the laptop, because the fan is right next to the microphone, I think.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So what I've done, I've actually got a little blue snowball microphone.
Okay.
That's sitting on the desk in front of me. The laptop's over to the side. So I bought a big long USB cable to run over there. So that's what's picking up my voice for you. And I'm hearing you perfectly. So this is good. This is a way we could do, I can have people on my videos, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, I think the only thing that I noticed that's a little unusual about it is more just that the audio appears to be coming out of just my right speaker.
Oh, interesting. Oh, let me see if that's something I can change here. Preferences.
I can't believe that darn horse escapes. That's kind of frustrating.
Well, they get output. I don't see any settings here. I mean, it's a it's a mono mic.
Yeah.
So okay, well I'll play around with that and we'll see if we can.
It could even be a Discord thing. I know some game systems, and it is for gaming,
Right.
like to have the audio in just one channel, but who knows?
Yeah, that would make it easier to record as a multi-channel thing, and then so you can actually go and mix it after the fact.
So I've noticed the horses have escaped a couple times on me. I'm guessing it's just because they move through the fence when the chunk's loading.
Yeah, it's kind of a long-term problem. They claim that they've fixed it multiple times now, but it still keeps happening.
I maybe just put them in a pit, but even with the pit, I'm a little worried because, like with the cattle, I've noticed every once in a while I come by the cattle and there's like some meat and leather floating there.
Yeah, the risk. Yeah, exactly. The risk with the pit is that instead of I didn't want to do that. That instead of them glitching through a fence, instead they basically glitch into the wall and they suffocate.
Yeah.
So,
which is not super ideal, especially because one of the horses I found can jump more than 3 blocks, is super fast, and has a lot of hearts.
Oh wow!
I really don't want to lose him.
No, you should name him.
Yeah.
So you know which one.
Yeah, eventually I'm gonna put name tags on them and move the best ones to the barn.
Sure, it makes total sense.
So when I connected the 2 roads and started setting up the torches, I was kind of blown away that the spacing worked out perfectly. How I'm doing that, like every 6 blocks I put another one down, so there's perfect spacing.
Right.
And they just happen to line up like exactly to the point where even the glowstones in the center end up having the glowstone be at the center of the corner.
I guess better to be lucky than good.
Exactly.
So
yeah, I see you have the materials pretty much ready to go for the lighthouse.
Yeah, that's I'm starting to work on that now.
Right on.
So we'll see how that goes. I'm recording. Do this as a video. Will come out probably about 4 weeks from now because I have a bit of a backlog of video content, but we'll see. Yeah, I'm decided to use the red nether brick and the bone blocks.
Yeah, that should look pretty cool.
Yeah, I think it's a nice looking combination.
Are you going to put down like a base of like anything specific, like a cobblestone foundation or anything, or are you just going to go right out of the sand?
No, I'm laying in some stone bricks as a foundation.
Okay.
And I widened the little sand area a little bit because the placement of where I put the beacon, which is the center of the lighthouse, was probably off by a block or 2, but you know. So
well, I mean, I looked at what you had, and if you need to, you can widen it even a little bit more.
Yeah, I've got at least a block of walking space all around the lighthouse area, so should be fine. But if we need to, we can add more. There's definitely room. So
yeah, it looks like there shouldn't be any kind of conflict with that.
Right.
I'm just working on the road right now, putting in some of the taller lamps with the fire on top of them.
Ah, cool. Hey, that I was just looking at the statues, which are really cool looking. That mountain that they're facing is almost in the way.
Yeah, a little bit. Like you can kind of still see their faces when you round the corner, so it's not too bad. But yeah, it is a little unfortunate, the placement there.
Well, we can.
And of course, from my base, I just have to look at their butts.
So we could trim that mountain a bit, I think.
Yeah, I might move that a little bit around. I kind of like that it ends up going through a tunnel there because it kind of makes it feel, a little bit more like we, worked around the environment versus just terraforming everything entirely.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, that's definitely an option.
Cool.
So I tried this torch method using the iron trapdoors on the sides.
Yeah.
And apparently you have to have some kind of like piston trick to make that work. Because iron trap doors are only ever open when they have a redstone signal going to them.
Right, you have to feed them. You have to feed them redstone power to get them to close the way you want.
Yeah, I saw someone had an example where they had used a piston trick to push them. I tried it, but I think that doesn't actually work anymore.
Oh, okay. Well, that blows.
It could be worse. I mean, I like the look of the wood ones anyway. They're not too bad.
Right. Cool. So, okay. Well, I just wanted to test the audio here, and it sounds like it's working.
Yeah.
As long as you can hear me pretty well, that's the important thing.
Yeah, no, I definitely think it'll work good.
Good.
Especially if we have like a group project or something going on where we need to coordinate or tackle things.
Yeah, and the Discord makes it pretty easy to set up everything. So.
Yeah, Discord's pretty awesome. I like it.
Oh. Do you have any ladders?
There should be a couple ladders right next to you in one of the work chests that I have. You're welcome to them.
Oh, let me look.
Otherwise, there's a bunch of wood and stuff in there that you can use to make some.
Oh, there's 19 ladders. That should be most of what I need. Cool. Yeah, and there's some sticks. And of course, the mob farm generates so many sticks that it's not even funny.
Yeah, I've been using the acacia wood whenever I have to make sticks or something that you don't actually see the color of the wood. It's basically my garbage wood because I don't really like acacia for anything else.
Oh, I like it. I think it's a neat. I like the orangish look. So, but you know, in moderation, I think huge full buildings built out of it are a little bit hard to deal with. But
yeah, and is acacia the doors that look like they have kind of like a bar structure to them?
Bar structure.
Yeah, there's one of the doors that looks like the top of the door has like bars almost.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. I don't know all the door types offhand. I know the spruce ones look very like what you might see on a huge mansion or something.
Yeah, the spruce is what I use for the castle. The oak ones look kind of, like a normal modern home almost.
Yeah, that's the old school door texture.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. Hopefully I have enough of this. I planted so much netherwort in my place. It's not even funny.
Well, if you need more, I mean, I have a ton going in my place.
Yeah, I saw and I thank you for the offer.
Yeah.
It grows pretty quickly, so.
Oh, it does, yeah, and especially since I've been like camping out around there for like 3 or 4 days,
right,
to get all that darn chicken. It was growing nonstop, and I have more than a double chest full of it, which goes quick once you start making blocks.
Yeah,
I'm looking at Cub Fan's design for a netherwort farm.
Oh yeah, I like his. It's I think it's kind of a neat design.
Yeah, it seems like relatively simple. Doesn't have a lot of redstone. I think the only thing preventing me from doing it right now is all the iron for all those buckets.
Yeah,
I just don't have a lot of iron yet.
Yeah, iron's the one tough thing. I was kind of thinking maybe while we're until we're basically ready to build like an Iron Titan. I was kind of thinking that one village area that you kind of stumbled across that I built the portal nearby.
Yeah.
I was thinking we could build kind of a temp little iron farm out there.
Well, how much resources and time is required to create the Iron Titan? I've never seen the plans for one. It's
pretty huge. You need. I don't remember the. You should dig up the. You should dig up the video and watch it. It's basically before building it on any server. He has to put up a little thing asking people for donations of wood because the amount, because it's it's hundreds and hundreds of doors.
Oh, yeah.
And they all have to be built in a very particular order, and you have to build them, you have to place them, and then you place a bunch of them, and then you go remove a bunch of them, and it's just, it's kind of a kooky, and if you screw any of it up, you have to kind of go back, rewind the process a fair amount, and start over.
Yeah. Well, if the main resource is there any other, like, does it require a lot of any other particular resource that's kind of challenging to get?
You need blocks of some sorts. You need basically the floor blocks. And no, it's there's nothing too particular. There is some redstone, but not a ton. So okay. it's not too bad in terms of general resources. It's just a whole mess of doors.
Okay. Well, I mean,
if you
try and do some wood farming. I have those spruce trees you get a lot of wood from.
Yeah, that's why I like using the spruce, because it's the tree grows to any size at all, you get a stack and a half of wood out of it, of logs.
Exactly, and you can just spiral up, spiral down. It's super fast.
Yeah.
So with the oak trees, is it only the dark oaks that you can do in the bigger clusters?
Well, oak trees will grow next to one another.
Yeah, so I have been doing the 3x3 oak trees, but yeah, I mean, I use a lot of oak because I like the way it looks, but man, it's a pain in the butt to get, because if they're on their own, every once in a while you get the taller oak trees, which you think would be cool because there's more wood, but they're a pain because you have to get up there and get all those little kind of burl shapes that it does. Yeah,
actually harvesting the oak trees when they get big is kind of a pain.
Yeah, so I actually prefer the smaller oaks and just have a whole lot of them.
Yeah. There is a way of forcing the oak trees to grow big.
That's how you put them next to something that's of a certain block height.
Yeah, I can't remember what it is, but there's a couple tricks along those lines that you can do. But yeah, they are, because of the branches, they're a little bit tricky. That's why it's that's why I like the spruce, since they don't have any branches.
Yeah. No, spruce are great. That's my main farming tree of choice. So if we don't mind having most of the doors inside the farm being spruce...
Nope, that would be fine.
Pretty easy to do. Do you know roughly how many doors it takes?
No, I'd have to do research.
Okay.
So... But it seems to me that, basically he was needing, dozens of double chests full of logs to craft all the doors. So.
So significant.
Yeah.
Well, it is quite the farm, though, when you see the output on that thing.
What the heck are you doing?
Oh, just using the super shovel to go through, get some more dirt.
Oh, okay.
So I lowered this whole area by 1. You'd mentioned you wanted it lowered by 1. So I dropped the area right next to where the portal was by 1.
Okay.
And then connected the roads and dropped the last stretch of the old road was still 1 higher, because when I dropped it, it was then exposed. So then I redid that a little bit.
Right. Yeah, it looks really good. So I think it's good the way it is now. And obviously we can sort of, as we want to build other little things. I was kind of imagining building, little shops and stuff. Not that.
Yeah, we have some good areas to build. So we'd want to level out a bit more, but if you can see me right now next to you,
yeah,
you have 4, 5, 6 buildings right here.
Yeah.
Then across the way, you can have another 5, 6, 7, 8. Then you have over past net slayers. That side of it, you can have another 5 or 6. So
right. Yeah, and I wouldn't want to take out any of the jungle here, because I think his house nestles into the jungle really nicely.
Yeah, no, we wouldn't really need to. I mean, there's this whole stretch here, we can kind of eventually level out. And once we pick a level where we want the majority of the buildings to be, I think they'd be all, higher than the Welcome Center is. Like if we build kind of at the level that we leveled the spot right next to the community mine to be at.
Right.
Like that would be a good level. And then be a fair amount of terraforming to level all that terrain, but
yeah, but it can be an ongoing thing.
Yeah.
So
that brick looks good.
Yeah, it does. And then I was thinking like, oh wait, maybe I want to go with the actual just nether wart blocks. I don't know if you've played with those.
You can try. I mean, that's why I wanted to have so many nether wart in my place, because I like the way they look, but I just don't have a use for them yet.
Yeah, they're really red, and they have kind of a weak texture to them, in my opinion.
Yeah, they're kind of like a sort of, it's the same kind of general like diorite kind of sand, stippling texture, but
yeah.
When I'm trying to think who it was, one of the guys in the Hermit server was Tango Tech, was building the ceiling to their nether portal area out of that, and it creates kind of a nice kind of velvety red look to it.
Right, and it's really appropriate in the nether, of course.
Yeah, it's definitely something I want to use to build something. I just don't know what yet.
Yeah, well, in those, it takes 9 freaking nether wart to get
a single
block, so it's pretty resource intensive.
Yeah.
Ow.
Yeah. Thankfully, Netherwart farm looks like it will produce a lot. I don't know where to put it yet. I guess kind of the other thing we want to figure out maybe is if we're going to have a lot of different kinds of farms and stuff, if we can have them in a similar area so they're easy to get to.
Yeah, that would be good, and also avoid having them too close to where everybody is all the time. So
yeah, especially if they're anything that has any kind of automation or tickers or redstone going.
Right.
The good thing about the Nether farm or the Nether farm is there's like literally, aside from some buttons running to hoppers, there's no redstone, so it's all manual.
Right.
The replanting of it looks like it's kind of a pain, but
yeah, and there's no way to avoid that, unfortunately.
Yeah. And you can't bone meal it, and you can't plant it with anything, so it's...
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I'm so glad I got all that chicken cooked. That took forever. It was well over 1,000 chicken. Do you have a cool glass design for the top of the lighthouse?
Yeah, I think I'm going to use white glass and build a little balcony area. Just circular with a little hole in it so you can walk out onto the balcony.
Nice.
I'm not going to put any floors inside the main part of the lighthouse. It's just mostly going to be empty, with a ladder to get up to the top. So wasn't really intended as a functional structure.
Yeah. No, it should be cool as is. I mean, do you want to is the ladder going to go on the outside or the inside?
Well, the ladder right now is just scaffolding for me. The main ladder to get up to the top will be hidden away on the inside.
Cool.
So. Shouldn't take too long to get it functioning. And I changed the beacon color to red.
I wish the red beacon was like brighter red. I noticed the red stained glass is kind of dark red. Yeah,
I mean, we could try the light, I guess, pink. We could try...
The pink would. Because this was one of the things I was trying with the eyes for the statues I did. I did the kind of like I did last time, where it's burning netherrack behind red glass. And it's just, the glass seems too dark, so I might try pink glass or maybe even orange for the eyes.
Right.
You really just want that glowing look going on.
Yeah, and depending on what you're using, if you're using netherrack, depending on what you're using as the light source, it'll mix color somewhat with the glass, right? So
yeah,
I'm gonna have to go make some more red nether brick. I'm running out.
Yeah, I saw you were you had your smelter going on that for quite a while. Every time I was going down to trade all that rotten flesh to the villagers, I'd check on your smelter and see how it's doing.
Well, I'm using that for both the Nether Fortress rehab, and any wrong thing. For the Nether Fortress rehab and also any tunnels.
Yeah.
So I'm using a fair amount of the nether brick. And there's another Nether Fortress down along that long tunnel down towards my modified taiga island, where you got your dog.
Yeah.
And I'm half considering just to avoid having to continue smelting. I looking for the weather fight hole in the bedrock. I of course dug out a gargantuan amount of netherrack.
Yeah.
But so it was relatively easy to smelt up.
So you dug that whole area out just looking for the perfect combination of bedrock?
Yes.
Oh man, that's amazing.
It ended up being rarer than I expected.
Yeah, well man, it certainly makes the wither fight easy, that's for sure.
Yes. I feel a little guilty doing it that way, but